Welcome to Three the Hardaway, aka the three-man jail and weave, aka the best big three since LeBron, D Wade, and Boz, live on YouTube on a Monday evening. If you are here, please leave a like on the stream, of course, comment in the live chat to join the discussion, and subscribe to the channel, man. We are on our way to that 400. So if you're rocking with us, the NBA season starts, I believe, next Tuesday. Let's run up the subscribers, man. Let's get to 400. If you don't know who I am the walking bucket, providing instant offense. It's your boy Savage. Up here, we got the coach on the sideline. Take them school on off the court. And when I say it's really shitty, it's really shitty. Shitty, what is going on in Dallas, bro? What's happening?
I'm glad you asked. So you asked about how is Dallas. And right now, current temperature is 77 degrees.
Okay.
We won't be going over 100 again. Weather's really nice. But yeah, I mean, Dallas is good. You meant something else?
Oh yes, absolutely. I want to hear about what happened with the belt being applied to ass in that game yesterday between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys.
Damn,
I mean, he pretty much just explained it, but you know,
it's the same way that Jerry Jones did this offseason. I don't remember nothing. Jerry Jones didn't remember nothing in this offseason, so that's what we get. We can't go out there with fucking Shane Falco and the replacements and think we're going to win anything against any team. It's ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, Dak is not a top 10 quarterback. I've always said that. I'm on this podcast to say that. Yep. I've always said that. And so when he's making those dumbass plays in the back in the red zone, what's happening? And throwing the interception and looking around like, oh, what did I do wrong? You just do an interception when we're trying to score. That, Savage, is when I turned off the game. That exact play. After that play, I knew it was downhill. All we were doing is kicking field goals. What am I doing?
Yeah, man. What Dak say after week one? Jump off if you want to. I damn near be like, I'm out. I'm out.
I didn't even buy the ticket. I never even bought the ticket to jump in and off. I'm not double dutching in that.
I knew he didn't jump in.
I said we were going to be at best the third best in our division.
You said that, yeah. You said it, yeah.
I'm done with it. I hope we get a good pick.
Just had to do a wellness check for my Cowboy brethren. She is the one of the few real Cowboys fans that I know. My other is my cousin Eric, who also has the same sentiments as you had. He talked about before, like we should have got Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry, meanwhile, is running amok up there in Baltimore. So shout out to Baltimore, man, because man, it's ugly. Anyway, this ain't a football podcast today. We a basketball podcast. We also got your favorite DJ, except for man himself, Mr. Teshkir 2. I played 2K the other day. You can't get on me now. I played 2K.
Not only that, but we won. Not only that, but we actually got Trevor.
Yeah,
so shout out to Trevor joining us. But man, what's good, fellas? What's good, man? Hey, I definitely got to recognize the greatness that is the NBA Twitter account, the Centel, bro. I just want to recognize them on this pod as a top 3 account in Twitter history, and we appreciate the greatness that y'all are. Thank you.
I've blocked Centel because I feel like because I got gypped one time and it wasn't real news, and so I almost like commented, but I said, this is Centel, not Central. So I said, you know what? I don't want to see that no more. So I blocked them. What do they? No.
Hurts my heart at times. Oh, this is rip. Oh, damn.
Like, you know how much I had to double, triple, quadruple check when Woj retired? I was like, let me make sure this Woj. Are we sure this is Woj? WOJ. Okay, he retiring. Okay, cool. Gotcha. So I can't do it no more, man. I can't trust. I'll let you live.
Thank you, Centel, for a great summer. Y'all had an excellent summer. Keep it going.
Between that, what was the old one? Butt crack sports. Like I can't do it.
I can't do that one.
I can't do it no more, bro. I can't do it.
I did not know where that was going to go. I didn't follow them at all.
No, that's a real thing. Butt crack sports is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing, bro. Anyway, man, y'all see what we got in the house. We got another guest in the Hardaway house. So we had cousin Chris last week. Now we got Cuzzo Daren on the podcast, host of the Fatboy Fadeaway, longtime friend of the pod. I feel like since I've podcast, I've been friends with this guy. So of course we had to bring him on to get some perspective from the other side of the United States of America. Daren, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys? Glad to be here. Talk a little hoops. I've lost to the Panthers. We would lose to the Cowboys if I was a Raiders fan. So I hear you. Misery is company here. That's why I move on. We're into basketball season. We need to forget that. Don't waste any more Sundays. Can't be wasted any more Sundays. The wife, I can't explain that anymore. It's like, why are you watching this team for 3 hours? They suck. So that same idea here. So I got to get back to it. So glad to be on. You guys do a great job here. So I'm honored to be on the Hardaway here for the first time.
Thank you.
Much love, man. So let's get right into it, man. What you got today for
Yes, sir.
NBA trivia?
So last week, you gentlemen named the youngest teams in the league in order. This week, we're going to do the same, but they're going to be the oldest team. So I want us to go the oldest team, top 5 oldest teams in order individually. And, of course, whoever gets the most in order wins. So I'm going to give y'all number 1. The oldest team in the league is the Phoenix Suns. So
makes sense.
Name the, I guess, the next 4 in order, starting off with Savage, Sheedy, and there.
I'll let Daren go first, man. He's the house guest. I'll let Daren go first.
Okay, let's go.
I gotta think the Lakers are close to there. So that would be my next guess is the Lakers.
Okay. Name the 5. Like name the 5 you think.
All right, I'll go Lakers. Clippers. I'm gonna go Milwaukee, and I'll go not Miami anymore. I'll go Denver and.
Oh, that's 4 because the Suns are the oldest.
And the Suns. So those will be my 4.
All right, so you got out of the 5, you have 3 right, including the Suns.
All right,
but none in order.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to say Phoenix first, of course. Milwaukee. I want to pay attention to what Daren said. I feel like I didn't register it in my mind. Phoenix, Milwaukee. I'm gonna say. Miami, Golden State, and Clippers.
So you got you actually did pretty good. You got 4 of them right, 2 in order though.
Okay.
You actually did pretty good.
Okay.
Dang, I definitely wasn't paying attention to that one.
Like I said, you got 4, but like I said, 2 of them in order.
I feel like the Phoenix. Well, clearly Phoenix is right. I feel like the Milwaukee is right there too. No. Yeah, give me Milwaukee there.
I was like Milwaukee. Yeah, Giannis, Dame, Brook Lopez, everybody over.
Yeah, so I gotta keep Milwaukee right there. I'm trying to think of the. So I don't know, man, and I don't want to take up too much time either. It's definitely not gonna be the Lakers. So give me. Who'd you say, Savage? Who was your 3, 4, 5?
Shit, I don't even remember what I said. I know I said Dubs. I know I said Milwaukee. I think I said. Did I say Miami? I said Miami.
You said Miami.
Yeah.
And I forget who else. Who else the other one was?
Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna. All right, that's cool. Give me. I'm gonna go Boston, Miami, and then the last. Yeah. And then my last one. I'm gonna go. I know Lakers. You said we're on. Dang, man. Nuggets.
Okay. So you got 2 right.
Damn.
All right. So the correct order is, of course, the oldest team in the league are the Suns, Clippers, Philadelphia 76ers, Golden State Warriors, and the Milwaukee Bucks.
I didn't know the Warriors were still old. I thought they just let it cut the fat out.
No, they still older. I mean, Buddy Hield older, Kyle Anderson older, Anthony Melton older. You know,
okay.
Slow-mo getting older.
Yeah, Slow-mo definitely up there.
Damn. Okay. Well.
Kevon Looney, Draymond, like Steph, still 35. So
Al Horford retired.
Did he?
Retired.
No, okay. Al Horford retired. Dang.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I said the Celtics. Dang.
Okay. You know that. All right. Cool. Well, the more you know. Next week, who's the most middle team in the NBA?
I had something for that one. Name the middle teams. It's never so it.
All right. So before I the podcast today, I watched episode 1 of the Starting 5 television show on Netflix. Which, by the way, one episode in, I actually love how they did the editing, how they've kind of woven in everybody's story together. I didn't realize it was going to be from like last season to, I guess, to the end of this season that happened, previously. But one episode in, and I definitely can see myself finishing this in one day for sure. But Toot brought up the idea that we should all pick 5 current NBA players who we would select to be in our own version of a starting 5 television show. So I don't mind going first with my picks.
Of course.
And I had a method to my madness because I kind of based it on how Netflix selected.
I can't wait to hear this.
And so I think with Netflix, the obvious lead is LeBron James. LeBron is the head guy, and then you have like Jimmy, who's like the kind of the old veteran all-star. You got Tatum, who's kind of established, recently crowned NBA champion. You got Ant-Man, the rising star. And then you got Sabonis, who's like some random guy that just throw it into the mix, which is cool because I have nothing from Sabonis in terms of like who he is aside from who his dad is. So my starting 5 is as follows. My lead guy is going to be Kevin Durant. I feel like Kevin Durant would be a great person to kind of see more than just what he gives us on social media and even in the media in his interviews. I think Kevin Durant would be a good guy to follow because I don't know him beyond basketball, man. Like family, he ain't got no kids. Like I don't know if he has a girlfriend or a wife. He just kind of does. He kind of just hoop, bro. He just hoop. Yeah, that's it. So I want to learn more about him beyond just what we see on the basketball court. My second one will be Kawhi Leonard. Kind of the same thing where he just hoops and he's kind of like robotic, but I feel like he will be good in a Netflix series because like I've seen like Paul George has said it, other teammates have said it, that he is low key a funny dude, and so I want to see that personality come out of the screen in my starting 5. Third one, obviously Ja Morant. I think Ja Morant would fill that Ant-Man role in terms of like the young guy who will be entertaining, and you kind of get a good background story about how he came up from South Carolina to him making it all the way to the NBA. Number 4, Jalen Brunson will be my guy. I want to see like what his dad taught him. I want to know about his history with like, Villanova, how he was a star there, and even how they brought together the Nova Knicks to be what it is right now. And then my last one, my random guy, it's Streeter Hardaway, man. I need Lauri Markkanen. I need Lauri Markkanen to be the white guy of the podcast. Shout out to Daren on the podcast today. But just being the white guy on the show, man. Like we got some bonus. So now we gotta get Lauri from marketing, man. So that's my starting 5. KD, Kawhi Leonard, Ja Morant, Jalen Brunson, and Lauri Markkanen.
I got 5 white. No, I'm just kidding. I got. No,
hey, look.
How you doing?
Look.
What about that Chris Mullin?
Four white guys and 1 black guy, dude.
Affirmative action. That's
I got Clay. I put Jaylen Brown. I went Jaylen Brown. I went mine. He always seems like he's got a lot to say. I got honestly Ja Morant after what we've seen the last year. I wouldn't mind seeing them following him around. It's kind of a random one, but I just loved how he. His Olympic parts where he's like, I did nothing and I still got the ring. Halliburton would be interesting for me along the way. And then just a random one too he's a great player, but I would like to see more is SGA. I kind of be curious, like his personality a little bit more, like with his behind this. I kind of know what some of the other guys are like, but I don't know. He just kind of seems like he does his stuff too. So those would be my 5 guys.
I like Clay. Clay would be a good TV show guy. I can see that.
Especially going to Dallas, new kind of thing. All that inside with it.
So you should.
Yeah, I'll take it. So I did mine completely different. There's a message to my madness as well. So I picked it based on kind of similar how you did yours, Savage, but also thinking about like, damn, who the hell are y'all not going to pick? So I didn't pick Ja Morant, right?
Good.
And so I do agree. Random white guy, Lauri from marketing for me. I call him the obvious white guy. Jimmy's got a crazy personality. And also I'm picking players that you probably won't get the buy-in as much as. Okay, so just walk with me on this one. So the crazy personality I got is Scotty Barnes. To follow him, Toronto up and coming, and all he deals with autism as well. Yeah, and so just seeing a different side of the NBA as well. Up and coming superstar Ant, right? I'm becoming some superstar. Excuse me, in a small market. I want to hear from Paolo. I want to see what he got going in Orlando. Building that up. Tatum, I saw, even though he won the championship, is like a humble superstar. And so I want to see what it's like to follow Donovan Mitchell around. I feel like Donovan Mitchell is very humble. I can do this. Now, you're going to love and get a kick out of this one. The seasoned vet that I want to see is not LeBron, not KD. The seasoned vet I want to see, ladies and gentlemen, James Johnson.
James Johnson.
Yes,
the
sir.
black belt.
Yes, sir. From the Pacers. I want to see it. I bet you he'll make good TV. I bet it. So, yes, that's my 5.
James Johnson. Hey, yo.
Darren, because it seems like you the only one that got some sense, right? I just want to ask who would play more games next season, James Johnson or Kawhi Leonard? Just
hey, hold on, man.
Real quick, answer me that, and I'll get to my 5 because y'all are funny.
Hey, there's a chance James Johnson doubles him up in playing games this year. Who knows?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
On your ass.
That's cool with me because I told y'all want to watch some boring ass Clippers. You know what? Never mind. We're gonna get to prediction stuff later on. But nah, my 5. Everything you just said, Savage about KD. Of course, KD fanatic right here. Definitely want to see more into that and everything you just said. Like we don't know dude outside of just hooping. But that's a preference actually. Like go home, go hoop, get it going. You know what I'm saying? Second, Ja Morant for obvious reasons, even from everything that's been, growing up in South Carolina to being underrated at Murray State, to being on the Grizz, everything that happened last summer to even now. Why not get that on camera? The only reason it won because Adidas will be hating. So shout out to them. The third person I got would be SGA. I know SGA is one of the fashion guys too that a lot of the league follows as well. I think he has that personality that can strike for good conversation. And then, like I said, he's one of in my eyes, the best two-way player in the league. So why not go with SGA on that one? Jalen Brunson, of course, New York market. Your dad was in the league. You gave up $100 million. Like, what went through your mind to be able to give up $100 million? And then one of the reasons you gave up the $100 million ain't even that almost. So it's like, I could have gave up $75 million. I could have gave up $50 million. So and then Jalen Brunson, I got the Knicks going pretty far in the playoffs as well. So just to get that story. And last but not least, of course, we got the extra veteran. I would love to see Russell Westbrook on this mug. I would love to see him with the Nuggets, with Jokic. And, just seeing what happens in Denver, because either Denver's going to be really, really good or really, really bad this season. I'd love to get more insight on that.
Yeah, that's good, man. Brunson was like the one that I knew for sure. Like, I think next year, Brunson is probably a guarantee. Just because he's the king of New York, especially if they play well. Like, even if they just make the finals or even the East Coast finals, I think he's going to be a guarantee a lot next year. Just because the story that comes around him, his dad played, like I said, dad played in the league. The Nova Knicks, that whole thing, yeah, I think that's probably going to be a lot. I'm assuming they record now. If they doing them next season,
right? As I said, they should be recording it right now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I had no idea that they were recording the actual season. Just seeing like LeBron, like I'm not a hater of LeBron, but I criticize LeBron. But they definitely humanized him, and even the other like Jimmy with like the dominoes and. Just how he, got the kids with him as well too, and Tatum, his upbringing at St. Louis, like it's definitely humanizing the player. But I think it's going to be good for the league going forward. So they definitely want to continue doing this. I have never watched the NFL version. How does it compare to the NFL? Like the receiver and was it quarterback, whatever it was? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, the quarterbacks.
Yeah, first of all, let me say this about Jimmy Butler. Even starting that story, so I've watched it, and people forget like he lost his dad, right? And his dad was living with him, right? And it started, and the moment that I remember, like, damn, like that really hurt. And I could see why he was kind of off script a little bit more last season. But your question, they spend more with, I think, like coaching on the field things for NFL purposes. I think the NBA starting 5 gives more, to your point, the humanistic side of the person, and it gives you the on court, yes. But I feel like we tap into more of them behind the scenes. Well, I lie because then I just thought about who's that receiver?
I think the receivers. What you're trying to say? She did the receivers one and the quarterbacks one are two different things.
Yeah,
I think the receiver is two different things. The receivers ones does a better job at marketing the actual realization and the humanism of the man than the quarterback. When the quarterback, Sheedy, like you said, is more coach and more mental, but receivers is like pretty much what we seeing from the starting 5.
Okay. I hadn't seen any of them, so I might watch it after.
The receiver one's pretty good, especially with he tried to fucking kill me. Sorry, Daren.
I know.
Oh, the irony.
Adams wanted out back then. He wanted out then.
Oh God.
That shit had me rolling.
Oh man. All right, so let's get into the brunt of the show. NBA season predictions. So last episode we did the awards predictions. This episode we're going to discuss where we see or how we see the standings shaping out and why. And so I kind of categorized it with the top 6 playoff teams per conference, playoff teams, play-in teams, and then out of the playoffs. So you got off and out. That's what I get. I kind of want to start with the Western Conference, man, because the Western Conference, I was like, damn, I gotta disclude this team out of the top, at least the top 10, and it was hard for me, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard for me. So let's start out West, man. Y'all start from the bottom up, or how y'all want to do it?
I mean, shit, you about to wheel out your whole list right now, right?
I was y'all want to do?
So you want to? So let's all talk about our, I guess, 7 through 10, right? Our play-in teams.
So playing teams first?
Yes. So we'll start playing teams and then go to our 6.
Okay. Let's go out west. Darren, who you got out west in your 7 through 10 spot?
7, I got the Pelicans getting the 7 seed over there. I got 8, kind of a fall from last year. I got the Clippers getting at the 8 seed there. Okay. I got the Kings getting 9, and I have the Warriors sneaking in at 10. That's what I have. The Kings were the hardest one for me to decide on this whole entire list. It was, I don't know, they're just a tricky team to me. They lost some pieces but they gained DeRozan. I really do like Fox. I love Sabonis. I still worry about them with a big. I still feel like they need another big to help out Sabonis.
2 years ago, man.
I know. I would have loved for them to get Hartstein or something like that on their team. But somebody just like that, just a solid center, and I would have probably maybe even had them a little higher. But that's what I got. I got Pelicans 7, Clippers 8, Kings 9, Warriors 10. That's my 7 through 10 there in the West.
Okay.
You just want me to go? I got it. I rip off the band.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And so crap. It's on my Excel sheet. 7 through 10s. And I mean, whoever gets in gets in. But I got Suns, Clippers, Lakers, Clippers. Suns, Clippers, Lakers, Warriors. Excuse me. At 10. I just think Clippers will fall. Somebody had to fall out, right? Yeah, I know we're all going to talk about this eventually, but we all are going to say at some point during this show, in this part of the Western Conference, there's a team that's coming in the top 6, so at least 1 or 2 y'all got to leave. At least, if not more. So that's my thought mentality, especially with the Suns and the Clippers, to be honest. And I'll leave it at that. Oh, Pelicans. I said Warriors. I'm sorry. I had Pelicans right there at 10. Sorry.
Okay.
It's my fault.
I can do mine next. My 7 through 10, Lakers, Clippers, Warriors, San Antonio.
You're not letting Victor go, boy. Right?
I'm not letting it go. Primarily because I feel like Victor, it's second year. The game has slowed down for him. You got Chris Paul with you. And I honestly was like, damn, are they going to be higher? Because Chris Paul is a walk-in playoff berth. we got to acknowledge that historically. Like, this is what he is. And so, I mean, I get him at 10 because I feel like the Warriors are going to be a better team than the Spurs. And then, like, between the Lakers and Clippers, I mean, I know on this podcast we've kind of butted heads about the Lakers and the Clippers. Sure. I just feel like that's like a death battle at 7 and 8. Like who won it more? Is it the new arena or is it Staples or crypto, whatever they call it now? So, but yeah, like as I was going through, I was like, damn, man, I can't put the Clippers in 1 through 6. I can't do it because based on the teams that are above them, I literally can't do it. So I had to put them in the play-in area. So yeah, that's what I get.
You didn't have to put them in your list at all. I cannot wait till y'all see how much the Clippers gonna disappoint y'all. I cannot wait.
Come on, too.
Oh my goodness! All right, so my 7 through 10, I got the Pelicans, I got the Rockets. Yes, I have the Rockets.
Okay.
I got the Warriors, and then I got the Lakers, and that's pending that they make a move that I know that they're gonna make. I think it's time that the Lakers make their move. I think y'all got the coach to make their move. And that move would have y'all in the play-in. So, why I keep on saying y'all like you rock with the Lakers, Savage, even though you sleep dude. I got the Lakers in that play-in.
What move would make them jump up? Because I mean, they don't.
It was like it's one of them, to kind of get like a second player on a night, like kind of like how Pau Gasol came to the Lakers. Is like he's an all-star caliber. Second night he'll take some games he'll take over, some games he'll probably be third wheel. It's just depending on how it is. I think they go out and get a guard that can be, sometimes, he'll take over the game when LeBron don't need to, or when he's out, and make sure that AD get the touches.
That sound like D'Lo, and D'Lo is not that good.
An upgrade from D'Lo is what I'm trying to say. I don't know how, but they're gonna upgrade from D'Lo, and that's going.
Zach LaVine, maybe.
Not at 60 million.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We've seen stranger things, and from what the Lakers actually got a coach that they actually believe in, which is LeBron, because they believe in LeBron. And they're gonna roll with Bron, like you said, shitty to the wheels fall off. So
okay,
somebody gonna mess with the Lakers. I just feel it.
So everybody had the Lakers in the play-in,
which is crazy.
I don't have them in the top 10.
Oh.
They're the only.
You had the Clippers too.
I had the Clippers at 8.
What do you see in the Clippers?
Go ahead, Dan. Yeah, go ahead. Talk to him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, I do like Lou a little. So I do like there, and I do like there is this there, and I do think they have moves available. I like some of their, I like some of their like lower pieces. Gosh, what's the guard that I really like? Gosh, what's his name? The guard there. He's like kind of does a little bit everything for him. I forget his name, but
Trey Man? No.
Yeah. I like him. I like him a lot. I think he's getting better for them. I just kind of at some point I feel like the Lakers have to, as much as I love like LeBron is LeBron, at some point they might. I'm just kind of sometimes I bank on injuries a little bit too in the season, and I think they're going to fall off, and this is the time for them. I think maybe to do it. I mean, LeBron at some point is going to run out of time. Davis, he's a great player, but I don't necessarily always trust him to be there. The Lakers were like dead in the water last year for like 3/4 of the season, it felt like, and they just kind of snuck in a little bit there. Sometimes they do make good trades, but I don't necessarily like love the Clippers over them. I just don't necessarily love the Lakers that much. That's kind of where I'm at with them in that regard. So I don't know. At some point, I feel like it's going to end for them.
My boy just pulled a Kamala Harris, and I appreciated that because we still don't know why you got to. Okay, there are 15 other teams that you can replace outside the Clippers and the Lakers. My point is, the Clippers, be ready for them to disappoint you too. We're gonna keep it short. Be ready for them to disappoint you too. I'm gonna add you on that list. Because y'all think the Clippers are going to be a good team, and they're not. Their star player, who's Savage, want to watch him. Savage want to watch a player that's going to miss half the season on this starting five. That is crazy. You got an old-ass James Harden who – I'm done. Y'all got it. I'm done.
Okay. I'm not going to get too deep into the Lakers and Clippers yet. Oh, do you want to? Okay.
Because it wasn't even the Lakers and the Clippers. It's just the
Clippers. It's just the Clippers, yeah.
So, I mean, if you're talking about which team will make the play-in, right? Like, because, I mean, Daren doesn't have him in the play-in at all, which I'm honestly fine with, because I feel like that did the team get better? Like, not really. All the change was the coach. And the coach, Redick, he's cool. This is his first year coaching the Lakers. Like, ever. Any professional team. Maybe even college or high school. And, of course, Redick has played, so he knows the X's and O's. But to expect him to go from the first take to the freaking the freaking bench
first round,
I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense to me. And the team has not changed. So unless they make a big change again, but going back to 2 years ago when they made the trade for who would they get? Vanderbilt and those other guys, Hachimura. Teams were just giving the Lakers stuff. Like they gave them good players. Yeah, teams not doing it no more. They're not just giving you. I'm not giving you our best secondary player. I'm not doing it no more. I don't see that happening.
I don't know if I'll ever get compared to Kamala again, but I do like to throw that out to me. I do like, hey, she's from the Bay Area out here.
Come on, man. I know this.
I'm not a big James Harden guy, but I don't know. Like when he's by himself there, he's got him and Leonard. I'm just saying, he gets the job done. He goes in weird stretches. Like he'll have he'll go I bet
he did it in Philly.
Yeah, he'll do
when B got hurt, he scored 40-something points, and it was what the heck is going on?
Won the playoff game.
I mean, 10 years ago.
No, it was like what 2 years ago. It was
Well,
recent.
shit. This past season, he just won the game without Kawhi.
All right.
2K.
Hence why I got James Harden ranked higher than Kawhi Leonard.
We'll see. We'll see you two in April. We'll see you soon. That's what I'm gonna say. No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Bro. All right, let's move on, man. Let's move on. Let's do the teams out of the playoffs then. Since we know Daren already got Lakers out, who else you get out of the playoffs in the West, Daren?
I got Jazz out. That was kind of it was like you said, there were some tricky ones. Jazz, they got some players there. They're a trade away. I got the Spurs out. I got the Blazers probably dead last completely in that. And then the hardest team for me was just because of how randomly they came on at the end of the year was the Rockets. I just don't have a feel for that team. Like I like Van Fleet. I like Brooks in moments. I like they got their young pieces I like as well, and the Thompson as well. But I just can't put them in yet. I felt like that was too much of a miracle run at the end of the year. I got to see something more consistent throughout like the middle of the season for me to want to jump them into the top 10. So and the Spurs were the other team. I was kind of like, does Victor get them through? But I couldn't do it. Chris Paul did not get the Warriors where we needed last year. So that's where he did not get the job done last year.
The only team.
The only team he couldn't get the job done with them. So yeah, those are the five. Those are the teams I got out.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't have the Jazz either. The Warriors, I mean, we're gonna talk about it later, so I'm not gonna say too much about them. I'll leave it alone. We'll talk about it later. I'll just leave that alone. I also had the Rockets out, and the Spurs, the two teams in Texas, besides the Mavericks. Oh, well, shit, because I got them in there somewhere. But to the point, I think the Rockets could have been a playing team, possibly if Albie Shore didn't get hurt. But also to your point about consistency, like what happens next year, because teams got better ahead of them, and the Rockets didn't really get better.
Older, a little older, a year older. That's what they get.
Yeah. And so those four, and who am I else? Do we have to speak about the Blazers? I mean,
no.
Okay, that's it.
Chauncey's in the Hall of Fame.
Right. My 2 cents about the Blazers, bro, is I said it last year. I think Scoot Henderson's a bust. I feel like solid in which I don't speak on often for like point guards or just like players, but I'm looking at him. I'm just like, no, I don't see like all-star. I see like a player in the NBA, but I don't see him being like living up to that. What was he, number 2 pick, 3 pick, whatever he was?
Number 2.
Like, I don't see him living up to that, and that's a problem for Portland. He can't shoot. So
who was the guy that was taken number 1 by the Sixers right before? He's on Orlando now, right before Tatum
we
went.
would not disrespect
folks.
Which
was? Well, it's not been signed, by the way. It's not been signed.
What's the comparison here? I like that.
Well, I was just saying, which one could he even get to that level? Because that guy had I know he had the injuries, but he had a massive drop offs, and they both couldn't. That was like they both couldn't shoot.
I'm gonna say massive.
Massive, hell yeah, it's a massive drop off. He ain't getting signed.
That's unfortunate too.
That's
unfortunate.
And I can't even say nothing, man.
What's crazy about Fultz is like, even when he was coming out, I like Washington. They didn't make the tournament, if I'm not mistaken, when he was at Washington. And so I was like, why is he number 1 pick? I mean, he's getting bucks on a trash team. Like that's a savages. Like, no, that's not no. So, but yeah, I mean, I do mind something already talking. I feel bad saying that I think the Pelicans are going to be on the outside looking in, and I think that's more of a vibe. Not like they're like they don't have talent. I think like something with Ingram still being there don't mesh well with me. Maybe he get traded, maybe he won't. You added DeJounte Murray, which I think is great for them. But I thinking about it, I was like, I can see them being like 10 or 9. So I put them at 11 just for right now, just based on my vibe. I got Sacramento on the outside, man. I think they're gonna keep regressing. Not like terribly. They're gonna be competitive, but I think it's just so stacked in the West that somebody got to be on the outside. And so I got Sacramento on the outside. Fox, by the way, turned down money. That's interesting. So he's making on this year being a big year for them. So if they don't, perform well, I'm wondering, do you stick with them, long term? Then I got Houston at 13. I think Houston, like I said, they got a year older. Not necessarily better. They won't get better until they move off they veterans. You got to get Van Vliet out of there, make a decision with Amen Thompson, Whitmore and those other players you got there. Somebody got to rise to the top. You got too many young guards, young wings. Like you got to make a decision at some point. Utah, I mean, this is not a good team right now. And then Portland, the worst team in the Western Conference. So, yeah.
Ooh, Jesus.
All right. So like you said, the ones that not the playoffs. Okay, Clippers. I already discussed. Y'all know how I feel about them. The Kings, everything y'all said plus more. It's crazy because we was lighting a beam a couple seasons ago, and now it's like, do they even have? Yeah, exactly. I'm finna light it in a minute. But it's not with the Kings. It's like, of course, they do have the talent to that they could be an 18, 19, 10 seed. I just don't believe they do. Spurs, I would love to see Wemby in the playoffs in his second year. Of course, Chris Paul, like you said, is the playoffs magnet essentially. But again, do they have the talent? Probably not this season. For who knows? They can make a deal with somebody, and they can alter that. And like I said, the Jazz, I think the Jazz is one of those teams that won't make the play-ins, but they'll be competitive. They'll be fun to watch. Just keep your eyes on the Jazz. And of course the Blazers. Even though I don't think that Scoot is a bust, I'm just, just a personal fan of his. I don't want him to be a bust, but Savage, I mean, you could be 100% right too. So it's just one of the things where, if he can finally get the ball, if the Portland Trailblazers can trade out them damn guards, they can see.
I was like, Simons to LA would be interesting.
I mean, it'll be
every Simon would be interesting.
His players out there that can make them better. Jeremy Grant. Yeah. He's still out there putting up 20 points a game.
I'm interested in it.
Blazers got pieces. They got top 5 center Ayton. That's still out there.
So,
I don't care Bear.
I don't care about himself. But everything I said about the Rockets, the reason I do is because Daren, you kind of mentioned the same thing about them ended the way they ended the season. And I think that kind of chemistry, as long as another year to build on that chemistry, I think that's a recipe for success, to be honest with you. They found some at the end of the season. Sengun was finally back. And I think that they got the talent to be a playoff team. To be honest with you, I would say yes, collectively. It's just gonna be a matter of coaching and again getting that chemistry right.
For some reason, like Houston, I don't know if it's Houston fans or Houston media, they're talking about like getting rid of Sengun for some reason.
Stupidity.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Don't do that.
This ain't the Nurkic and Nuggets.
Yeah, man. Like this is Baby Joker, bro. Like,
yeah, this is the real one. No.
Now, what I would do is I would pair him with a solid big man that can defend. It's kind of like a Sabonis thing with the Kings. Like he's a playmaking, rebounding, scoring, power forward, but give him some size to play along with him. So he not guarding AD.
Yep.
So yeah, keep Al P sure, bro. Yeah, keep that man. All right, top 6 out west. Tuku, you got there.
Top 6 out west. We're gonna start from the bottom or start from the top.
Your pick, man. Your pick.
We're gonna start from the top. Screw it. I want all the heat. So I still got the Thunder being number 1. I got the Grizzlies. I got the Suns, Wolves, Mavericks, and yes, I still got the Nuggets. Like I said, either the Nuggets gonna do really good, which the 6th seed will be good for that team, or not. And I'm gonna choose the former. Those are my 6. Any questions, gentlemen?
You had Memphis too?
Memphis at 2. The Ja Morant season, the MVP season, the revenge season loading. I'm gonna stand true to that.
Interesting. Who you got there? Top 6.
I got Minnesota getting 1 this year.
Woo!
Thank you, Daren.
There's your connection there, too.
I love this guy. I love that guy.
Like Edwards kind of manning up a little bit this season, taking things out a little bit this season.
Cool.
No Towns to worry about anymore. He's got his guys. He's got DiVincenzo chewing out people on the sideline. So he's got that with him.
You know what?
How do you feel about the fit?
He was sitting in that chair, by the way, against
real quick. I'm buying into it a little bit more after watching them play New York the other day.
Man,
DiVincenzo's a dog. Randall is a dog too, and you got 10 foot dogs, man. I'm kind of buying into it.
Man, y'all straight up shitted on these dudes.
I'm kind of buying into it, man.
Now you buying into it a week later. That's what it take.
A week later.
Information changes, bro.
It shouldn't be that quick.
Can we let this man finish? He's our guest.
Go ahead, Daren.
Golly.
All right, I got Minnesota. I got the Thunder 2, Denver 3. Dallas 4, Memphis 5, Suns 6. I mean, you guys know this as Memphis fans. Like, they're a weird team for me too, because like I don't want to bank on injuries, but they always have injuries, and I'm like, if they lose Jackson, who got hurt already, like there's just like they're a weird team in that regard where I can never really get a feel for them if they're healthy. That's where I like them at 5. So again, Minnesota, Thunder, Denver, Dallas, Memphis, Phoenix. That's my top 6 there.
Okay,
Smart man.
Okay. What you got?
Go ahead,
Oh, you want me to go? Cool.
I can go. I don't know. 1, I had Dallas. 2, Oklahoma City. 3, Denver. 4, Phoenix. 5, Minnesota. 6, Memphis. I think what Daren mentioned about Memphis, I think they're gonna have injuries, and that's gonna hinder a team that's already trying to establish chemistry, because like their main 5 players have played like minimal minutes together anyway. You know what I'm saying? And you got, Gigi is coming up. You got Vince coming up. So you're trying to figure out what lineups are going to be the best lineups for that team. And I think that's going to be like growing pains for Memphis. But I mean, 6 in the West is not bad. That might be a 2 or 3 out East. You know what I'm saying? I think it's still going to be a good team. I had Minnesota at 5 because I feel like to your point, Daren, like I'm buying in to Minnesota a little bit more from what I'm seeing. I know too. I'm sorry it changed after 1 week. I'm giving you your flowers now. But me seeing DiVincenzo and how he handled just like post trade, like I buy into that shit, man. That's culture, bro. That's culture. There's team togetherness. Like I'm buying into that. So I got him at 5. I got Phoenix at 4. Tyus Jones, I think, is going to help with being a point guard for Phoenix. Denver at 3, OKC at 2, Dallas at 1. I feel like that's interchangeable. Any of those 3 could be the top 3 in any kind of order you decide to be in. So
cool. All right. I guess I gotta say mine and explain.
Uh-oh.
Well, there's some stuff y'all talked about, some stuff we ain't talked about. So let's go and
let's go, man. I'm listening.
I got the Windy Nuggets number 1. Give me the Thunder at 2. I got the Mavs at 3, Wolves at 4, Grizz at 5, which is gonna make a very interesting first round matchup if you ask me. And number 6, I got the motherfucking Kings.
Oh, all right.
Like the beam.
He back to light the beam and
like the beam.
So I'll start with why I'm back with lighting the beam. So I'll start backwards, right? Because the one thing that happened that we said it can't happen to them happened. Injuries.
Yeah.
True.
And so now you're bringing them back. You got a veteran, another, I don't know, a closer, whatever that award is that they gave Daren Fox. Yeah, clutch player, whatever. But I'm interested to see, and I also don't think the Kings are done. I think the Kings have heard us all say that they need another big. There's going to be some movement and some traction. They're not going to get JaVale McGee again and Alex Lynn and whoever else they got at center. And so I got that. 5, again, Grizzlies, I just got to see what they're doing, but they're definitely a playoff team for me. I think Ja's going to do great. Who ascends for the 3 will be amazing to hear for the Grizz. The Wolves are at 4. Okay. You look at the team in the West last season. I mean, the Wolves are what, the 3 seed last year? I believe it was second or third seed.
Yeah, they finished like a game out though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like all that was like really close. I'm not in on it yet. I have to see more than a week's time. And I don't think I'll ever be sold on it, honestly. So I got the Wolves at that position. Mavs, I hope they're ready to take a step up. You got PJ Washington this entire year. You got Daniel Gafford this entire year. Like, what does that look like for you all? Because they really turned it on towards the end of the season. More importantly, that end of March, early April time was when I saw Jason Kidd's mind working well with this lineup. And so I got them there. OKC, I mean, they're a regular season team. They're going to do pretty good in the regular season. I just don't see them drifting off. And to be a second seed when you're just a 1 seed last season is not a big jump back because, again, they were all separated by a game last year. And I got the Nuggets. I just think that they'll get more out of Russell Westbrook than we've seen recently. I think this is going to be the Russell Westbrook from the Wizards is the one that they need. They don't need any other version of Russell Westbrook. And so if they can bring that Wizards one,
six man of the year.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
Six man.
Do you guys worry about Denver at all? Like, I know, like, it's kind of like Jokic is there. He's kind of like, and I was trying to think with them, like, because I like Murray, but sometimes I wonder if, like, if they're going to be heavily depending on Murray again this year, and he's also proven that he sometimes can't hold up during the season. And I worry about their depth a little bit with like they lost KCP, who could shoot a little bit too. Or I got him in the top 3 too. I wonder if they're headed like the arrow slowly pointed down or if it's still up. I don't know. It's like the one team I'm trying to get a vibe on. It's like, is the window's still open, but how open is it? That's kind of an interesting one for me. Is Denver this year? I don't know. This kind of one.
Go ahead.
Because I'm about to say, like, I gave them credit to, I said they're going to be either really, really good or really, really bad. And I got them at the 6th seed, and I thought that was going to be good. So to hear y'all have them in the top 3, seed, you got a number 1. Like, I was with Daren. Like, I definitely want to hear why y'all think they be so high up. I know they got the best player in the league, and I'm going to go ahead and light the only beam that's about to be lit this season. So. But I do want to hear why y'all got the Nuggets so high. I'm with Daren. Like, why so high?
Go ahead, you go first.
Okay. The comment you made there, I think for me, they're just still here. Like, I don't think there's a tick up or a tick down for them. They're just here. And until that man Joker says he's done, like, I cannot see him not dragging a team and having some success. We could just go back as far back as the Olympics. Besides one other player on that Serbian team, I can't name no other person on that goddamn team. And they still took, you know what I'm saying? And he had like 7-3. Like, I mean, he was doing what he needed to be doing.
Yeah, he's a beast.
But Joker drove them to be that great. To play against legitimately the Avengers, one of the greatest teams we've ever assembled to play. And to even take them to the brink. Yeah. It says enough for me.
I got
okay. Go point.
And so, like, no other team in the NBA is going to be constructed like that team just was.
Yeah. That's fair.
I think for me, I think they're going to make a move at some point I don't know if it's going to be like, I think before I said maybe like Michael Porter Jr., because he just had weird vibes with his whole podcast and just the way he is. Or even Aaron Gordon. I think one of the 3 other players, like the other primary players, have to go with us. MPJ, Aaron Gordon, or even Jamal Murray, depending on how they feel about, the injuries or whatever. But I think the constant, of course, is going to be Joker. Joker is the best player in the NBA. And I think he alone is going to get them to, at minimum, the top 6. At minimum, top 6. And even from there, like, if you a team 1 through 5 and Denver is 6, you like, damn, I got to deal with the elevation. I got to deal with Joker. I got to deal with Mike Malone. So yeah, I just same vibe as Sheedy is what I would say. It's Joker, man. Yep. All right, let's go out east, man. Let's start in the gutter, man. Let's get it out the way. Yeah, let's start in the gutter. Out of the playoffs, I got Charlotte, of course. I think Charlotte will be better this year. I got them at like 11. I think they will compete for that 10 spot. They'll be better. At 12, Toronto, I think they're relying on Scotty Barnes, but I don't think Scotty Barnes is your primary guy. I think Scotty Barnes is going to be a good second or third option, and they're trying him out as if he is the number 1 option because he's the only one they got as the number 1 option. So that's Toronto. 13, I got Brooklyn. I don't have to speak anymore for Brooklyn because Brooklyn is a terrible team. Same with Detroit. Detroit, I just think that they got to make some moves for the future. You got too many young players. Let's get some. I mean, you got Tobias Harris. That is not good vibes. I don't like that. He was good in Detroit, but it's not 2010. It's 2024 now. And last place, the Wizards. They're going for Cooper Flag. So yeah, that's it. That's my bottom 5.
I got Washington dead last too. Brooklyn, they'll be they'll there 14. I got Detroit at 13, Toronto at 12, and I kind of have the same thing with you with Charlotte. I got them at 11. I don't know if they're going to be that close, but somebody's got to finish 11. So it's kind of like I feel like those top 5. It's like you kind of just
that's
roll
probably
the dice
what it is.
Just roll the dice, and I would accept an answer. But that's kind of like Toronto would be maybe the one I could see maybe sneaking in. I don't. That's kind of my vibe with them. So yeah.
Yeah. God, I hate to just mention the same damn teams again, but real quick, Wizards, Nets. Who was the other? Sorry, Pistons. Like those 3 are off the board for sure.
Yeah.
I know you guys are really cool about the Hornets. I also don't have them in either. However, my switch here is actually the Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
I have the Chicago Bulls out. I think they need to figure out what they want to do. And I think also Zach LaVine is the player that needs to be traded. We talked about this on the last podcast. Who's an all-star needs to be traded. Zach LaVine needs to find a new home. and I just don't know where that home is at. And just
I
let
think he
Chicago rebuild to something else. I don't know what they need. Like that mid three that they had, like a mid three, like they wasn't loud and cush. They were just some mid Reggie three that they put together. It just didn't work out, and they just need to move on.
Yeah. Speaking of Reggie and mid, of course, we Wizards worst team in the East, probably worst team in the league. Cooper Flag sweepstakes. Got the Nets, got the Raptors, I got the Pistons here, and I'm with you, Sheedy. I got the Bulls as well. Hopefully the Pistons play better and not lose 28 in a row and make me look like a dumbass on this pod. But do I expect them to be in the playoffs? Nah, not this year. Maybe next year, maybe the year after, but not next year.
It's sad, man. I see Detroit Pistons in the good. I'm like, this is not what I grew up with. I grew up with Detroit being a problem every night, bro. Like I just can't. I can't fathom Detroit not being good, and it's been so long, man. You saw Chauncey Billups enshrined in the Hall of Fame. I see Ben Wallace. I see Tayshaun Prince. I see Rip Hamilton. Where was Rasheed Wallace? I don't know where he was at, but I see the 03-04 I'm just like, what happened, man? Like they got to get back to that. All right, we can go to play-in next. Play-in teams. I got Indiana at 7. I think Indiana takes a small step back because other teams got better than them. Of course, you still got Siakam for the whole offseason, but I don't think Indiana is as good as they were last year to make the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that was an injury situation that got them to that point. And even when they lost Halliburton, it was a butt whooping after that. At 8, I'm curious to see where you got Miami, Sheedy, but I got Miami at 8. And that can be changed depending on if they make a move. So Project Pat in Miami, hopefully he do something for the Miami Heat. Number 9 is where I got Chicago. Chicago, I think, were they 9-10 last year? I think they were in the same spot last year. I see the same thing. Nothing much changed from Chicago. And 10, I almost put Charlotte above Atlanta. Because I think that Atlanta, I feel it in my gut. They're going to trade Trae Young. I don't know where, but you got Jalen Johnson. You got Ricochet. So I don't see Trae Young aligning with the development of those two players. And if I'm Atlanta, just buy into the tank, let your young players grow, get them some shots they can get up, get the ball out of the pass first ball hog's hands, let your young players grow, get Trae Young, trade him for a first round pick. And who knows? You might get Cooper Flag. You might get somebody else, in this upcoming draft. So I got Atlanta at 10, but that could be moved depending on if they make a move with Trae Young.
Boy, Atlanta will turn Cooper Flag out.
I would love that. I would love that. I would love that personally.
A whole lot of ass in this face. I'll tell you that.
Oh my God.
Well, with the Hawks, they finished 10th last year at 36-46. The Bulls finished 9th at 39-43. So that's what we got in the play-in at. That is some trash basketball there. You get 10 games under 500 and you made the playoffs. Are you out of your mind? I got Pacers, Heat, Hawks, Bulls. I mean, again, those last two roll the dice. The Hawks to me are like, Trae Young makes no sense with this team anymore. It's like if I was a fan of that team, it'd be like, ugh. It'd just be like you're just waiting for, like you said, the Mizzards. Yeah, that's what they are with the Hawks. They're right there. That is as low as you're gonna have with them. So I don't know. Like if I was a Hawks fan, I'd almost throw in the towel right now, and like that would be a frustration with it. The Pacers and then your Heat. I mean, they're the ones that they got Butler, they got Bam. They're the one that could actually kind of excel out of this group if you make the right trade. So, but right now they always seem to like kind of just, I don't know, trot their way through the regular season here in the mud. So I got to put them at 8 for those reasons. So, Pacers, Heat, Hawks, Bulls.
Okay, so I gotta do mine. Dang, I'll keep going to the wrong screen. I should just keep the screen up the entire time. 7 through 10, Pacers, Cavs, Hawks, Raptors. Yeah. I guess because I mentioned the one that got everyone stirred. Yes. With Cavs, Donovan Mitchell's going to be great. I already talked about him earlier. I just don't know what's going to happen with the changing the guard with the coaching staff. And what will this team look like? Like, that was a descent. Like, they beat Orlando, right? But, like, Orlando could have easily beat them as well.
They were up in the fourth quarter, I think, or the second half.
Yeah, like, that just doesn't look like a team that is going to next season prepared to go up. This, to the point that you made earlier about the Nuggets, this is the team that I feel like is on a downslope, unfortunately. And I think they need to start trading sooner than later. I'm still high on Evan Mobley. I think they need to get rid of Jared Allen. I think they need to get rid of Darius Garland. And see what you can get for these last year and some change with Spider before he comes to Miami. And that's tampering. You can call it what you want. But I don't see. I think the Pacers, to everyone's credit, take a step back. I mean, they were the 6th seed last season, maybe a 7th seed, but I'm calling them a play-in team for sure. I'm really still high on Spicy P. I'm still high on Benedict Mathurin as well. I just think that Rick Carlisle put this team together and do some things. Hawks, Raptors, you can pick your poison at 9 and 10. Daren just gave you the stats of last year of how terrible 9 and 10 look. And I'm sure the 7 and 8 weren't that great either. Was the 76ers and us to Miami? We probably barely was at 500, if even that. So it really doesn't matter. But those are my 4. Again, Pacers, Cavs, Hawks, Raptors.
All right. I couldn't disagree with you more with the Cavs, and we'll talk more about the Cavs when I come back to it. My bottom will be the Pacers, Heat, Hawks, and Hornets. I think the Hornets defensively, like I said, they had a good month where they were the number 1 defensive team in the league, and that was without my cousin LaMelo. I think that it's time for the Hornets to make that next step. I think they got the talent to compete in the play-in. It's just a matter of health. I think they got the coaching to compete in the play-in, but again, it just matters of them being healthy. And I got the Hornets playing a lot better than last season. So I got the Hornets again. I guess it'll be 10. Hawks, of course, Trae Young, if you need to. Lakers probably there. That'll probably be that trade I was talking about earlier. But who knows? Who knows? Exactly.
Miami.
Exactly. But if not, the Hawks still it's still like this. It's like the Hawks and the 9 seed, 10 seed is like perfect for each other. So I mean, if Trae Young to get you in the play-in, why trade him, right? 8 Heat, everything y'all just said. And then the Pacers, I do expect the Pacers to take that step back as well.
Go ahead and wrap around.
Yeah, I was just about to say, can I wrap around? Because
wrap around.
So we're gonna start at the top. I got the Celtics, I got the Sixers. Here's where I have the Cavs, and we can have that talk in a minute. I got the Knicks, I got the Bucks, and I got the Magic. So with the Cavs, I think to everything you just said, the coaching changed, but I think the reason Donovan Mitchell stayed, and he's actually said it, was because of Kenny Atkinson. I'm a huge fan of Kenny Atkinson. He shouldn't have been fired from the Nets, and the fact that he got a team that like Kenny Atkinson, his success with the Nets was with guards. You know what I'm saying? It was when D'Lo had arguably his best season. It was with LeVert when he had his best season. It was with a couple other guards I can't think of right now.
Your guy Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie was looking good. He had Mr. Dinwiddie looking good. He was Mr. Over at the time. Now he Mr. Under. Pause. But now you gave him Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell.
That's a great point too. Damn, that's a great point.
I think the Cavs gonna be better. And I do expect them to make a move. Maybe
was he with the Sixers recently?
Atkinson, I believe he was.
Was he with the
Let me
Sixers?
see.
I'm tripping.
Atkinson coaching Sixers. You know, shout out to Google, bro. Google's like one of the best.
Nah, he wasn't. He was. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
I thought he was.
Nah. I forgot where he was. So, but now he
was with the Hawks, Warriors. Okay, I guess. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying he was with the Warriors one day. So you know what's up, bro. But now Kenny Atkinson, one of the smartest coaches in the leagues. Like I said, guard dominant. But these are 2 guards on the Cavs. It's like that'll be playing with each other. Like, maybe you don't need to trade one. So again, Cavs top 3. Again, Celtics, Sixers, Cavs, Knicks, Bucks, Magic. If I need to comment about the Bucks being a top 5 team and that's it, cool. If not, cool. Celtics, Savage, you believe that they can probably win 70 games. I don't think they'll win 70 games, but I do think they'll still have that number 1 seed wrapped up. Sixers, even without Joel Embiid saying he's gonna play back-to-backs, they still got that depth that'll have Joel being able to take off comfortably. So yeah, that's it for me.
All right, that wraps to me. So I'll go 1 through 6. I got Philly 1. New York 2, Boston 3, Milwaukee 4, Miami 5, and Orlando 6. Orlando, I'm still high on Paolo. I still think he's 3rd team All NBA. Should show that. I think they're going to run into something that happens during the season that's going to hurt their stock to be higher than where they're at now. I also think KCP doesn't really move the needle for me, by the way. Great defender, good veteran presence, yes, but like I don't, as a coach, I'm not saying, oh man, make sure I know who KCP is, guarding or whatever. I'm cool. I don't care. 5, Miami. This is time. We've talked about John the West redemption story. I think this is more of a Jimmy showing that he's worth what he's worth. A lot of people have been out on Jimmy. I'm one of those people that's been out on Jimmy too, just because of things. But also, like, again, watching the series, like knowing that, man, this is what he mentally was going through, honestly, with his dad. And so, like, how does this work now? Knowing that he wants this super contract, now you have to prove it in the regular season. And we're not typically a regular season team, as everyone will note. We're typically in that playing scenario. So what's it like we're not in the playing scenario? We actually look a lot different and better. And also, clearly, I think we have something else that we got up our sleeve for a trade. Milwaukee, again, a team that no one's talking about. I've said this multiple times. I just don't think they're better than the other 3 teams that we're going to mention. But I still think Giannis and Dame is going to do really well for them. Problem is always going to be the coaching. 2 of them at this point now. And so I was the top 3. I was kind of like trying to choose sides, right? And I saw more like how the West ended up last season, and I think they'll be separated by a game or 2 at the end. But I ultimately think Philly's going to take the number 1. I think New York is 2, and I think that Boston will follow through. I think Boston's going to try too hard to show and prove themselves again. I've said this before. I'll keep saying it again. Last year was their season. They wanted to prove that, yes, they're the best team in the East, and yes, they can win the finals. They've done that. So, like, the only thing now left for them to do is actually win another championship. And I don't think they're motivated to win another championship right now. They're motivated to win a championship. There's a big difference. I look at the Nuggets from last season. They're motivated to win a championship, and then they lost. We haven't had a repeat as well since when? Like, what? The Warriors, maybe? Last team to repeat? What's that been, like 10 years? Over a decade almost? Or something close to it.
17, 18.
I was like, has it been 10 years?
Yeah. Like, we just had no repeat. So, like, I think that they're something's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna do any trades to Celtics, but just something's not gonna work with that dynamic, and it's gonna be just a game or 2 short of being in the first number 1 seed, and that's gonna hurt them being a 3 seed, I think. And so we'll see, or maybe it works in their advantage. We'll talk about that later. But that's my 6. I can repeat that just in case. Philly 1, New York 2, Boston 3, Milwaukee 4, Miami 5. That's the matchup I want to see, of course, and Orlando at 6.
It's interesting you meant repeating for Boston because, like, I remember when the Warriors won in 15, they're like, well, that's not a real championship. Like, there was a lot of, like, and so, like, kept them motivated, and they go, they start out the season winning the first 24. I do think it does matter for the team repeating. There has to be, like, there is a little urgency. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of have the first 20. They're still good, but they, maybe it's not the same vibe before. I still got them number 1 though. I got the Knicks 2. I do like Cleveland. I don't love them in the playoffs, maybe to beat some of these teams, but I like them in the regular season to maybe with Mitchell now there, kind of like we're not sure anymore. He's there. He got paid. He should feel much more comfortable. That's his team. I like the Sixers 4. I never can get a read on Embiid's knees ever. I mean, it just feels like this guy's always in the 4 spot with it. The Bucks, I like the Bucks, but again, they're getting older, and I don't know, like they're kind of feel. I mean, Giannis is Giannis; he could be a beast, but I'm not always sure with them. And then the Magic, I still like them at 6. I think Paulo's just going to be a beast, so I just love the way he plays, and I think he's only going to get better. And Miami could easily jump in there as well, but that's the 6 I have with it. Can I before I was just thinking as you guys were talking, I was thinking through these teams, like, because we mentioned all like kind of these weird teams with the Cavs, Kings, and Hawks. It'd be weird if they ever did a 3-team trade, like where you had like Fox end up in like Cleveland, maybe like Garland ends up in Atlanta, and then maybe the Kings end up with like Trae Young. Maybe you get to meet some pieces in there, but like those are 3 point guards that don't really seem like they could be moved easily. So I mean, have to be
anywhere.
Big man. There looks like there'd be some big man involved, but like when I look at 3-team trades that are kind of fun, like those are teams that actually actually see it happen.
Because those guards all do different things. I mean, Fox is your downhill guy. Trae Young is your passer/shooter. Garland is a scorer that can pass, but he's not really like a pure shooter. So it's like you might just need a changing of the kind of point guard you got, which I think could work for all 3 of those teams.
Be interesting. So. But yeah, those are my top 6 there in the East.
I like it. Okay. My top 6, I got Boston at 1. I actually feel differently from you, CD. I feel like Boston's gonna be on that Golden State Warriors mentality, where it's like what I said before, like they could go for 70 games. They could. And I feel like they have the talent to do so. I mean, even like watching episode 1 of starting 5, like Tatum, I'm like, yeah, I can see him having that internal motivation. Like the guy was telling him, if you fall out, I'm not going to train you anymore, something like that. And I feel like he is going to have that motivation to help push this team to the number 1 seed again. And I had him as an MVP for this upcoming season, which we'll get into with the GM poll later. But Boston at 1, Philly at 2. I think Philly is probably the biggest threat to Boston, even beyond like New York. Just seeing like Paul George the other day, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be good for Philly to have. 3 New York, 4 Milwaukee. We all know Doc Rivers can't coach, but he can coach. He can coach in the regular season. We know that. So got him at 4. 5 is where I got Cleveland, and 6 Orlando. I think Orlando is not quite ready yet. I've talked about. I think that they're gonna probably break up Franz and Paolo at some point to get a better fit around Paolo. I think Paolo and Franz kind of do similar things. So I think they probably going to do something with that. But I think Orlando they're not there just yet. But I think in the next year or 2 is when they make that big jump to that top 4 in the East. So Boston, Philly, New York, Milwaukee, Cleveland, and Orlando. It's my top 6.
I like it.
Good. Cool. All right, so let's get into our NBA Finals prediction. I told the guys this probably like 45 minutes before the show came on, primarily because I wanted genuine like first reactions based on just a vibe, and not gonna hold anybody accountable for this because the season changes, trades happen, teams get injured, whatever. So, but based on what we got going into the season, who do y'all have making the finals, and who do you have winning the finals? So Daren, you can go first.
Can we just get a little fun here? Can we get a little Knicks?
No, yeah, let's
Can we get a little Knicks Minnesota? Can we get a little Knicks Minnesota finals?
Knicks Minnesota.
Knicks Minnesota would be fire though, bro.
I'm gonna just to be a little different. I'm not gonna go with Boston. I was big on New York last year. Me and Tyler spent like 2 unnecessary podcasts arguing about Jalen Brunson and how good it. So I am a Jalen Brunson guy. I love the way he plays. I know he's not the super athlete some of these other guys are, but like his footwork is just unreal. Yeah, and he makes clutch shots. I love the Bridges acquisition. Towns, I think he should be simpler for him. He doesn't have to overthink it. We'll see if the New York media messes with him a little bit. But I got Knicks, and I just believe in Edwards. I just think Edwards is ready. Like in the West, as good as the West is, I mean Dallas snuck in last year. It's not like it's like these are like elite teams. They're good teams, but this isn't like the best of the best team we've ever seen in the world. Like, Boston was the champ. That resides in the Eastern Conference still. So I'm going to go Knicks, and I'm going to go Minnesota. That's my finals pick here.
I like that.
If you're asking me to pick who's winning it, we'll go. I can't go with New York, so I'm going to go Minnesota just for fun. I can't pick New York. I can't pick them. So that's what I got. I got Knicks, Minnesota.
I like that.
All right, I'll go ahead and take a stab at it. So I actually did my Eastern Conference and Western Conference. Eastern Conference, I did have the Knicks and the Celtics, but I think the Celtics are just battle tested if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that we could possibly be seeing a repeat. So I got the Celtics, unfortunately, beating the Knicks, even though I'll be rooting for the Knicks. I just, like I said, think the Celtics are ready. And then for the Western Conference, I got the Suns and the Wolves in the Western Conference Finals. I got the matchup, but I got the Suns winning, of course. I think this will be it. I'm going to go down swing with my guy KD out here. If they don't get it done this season, like I said, I'm going to try to go as many Suns games as I can because I don't expect KD to be out here that much longer, especially if he's trying to win at least another ring. I don't know, bro. I just got y'all know how I get these weird feelings I end up, right? I just feel like KD could end up on Minnesota.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Please.
And I'm gonna say it on I just said on this podcast. So like he's one of these teams could easily not be in the Western Conference Finals because KD on the Wolves. But it's just I don't know, man. It's just a weird feeling I got. But these two are like I said, this will be it for KD and them. And then, like I said, Ant-Man, his rise, he know what's up with Team USA. He think he the best fan in the league. You got to go ahead and get, make it, go ahead and get it going. But I can't see KD letting you slap him upside his head like that again. You know what I'm saying? And then, for everything y'all said about Randall, I mean, y'all could be right. And this could be that series that hurt them with having Randall instead of Cat. But they made it this far, so that can easily be wrong, and they can be going to the finals, which I wouldn't be mad at either. But that's it for the Suns.
Yeah.
If Kevin Durant is on the Timberwolves, that's that.
Remember me
Julius
saying
Randle
this?
trade. That's the Julius Randle trade that I talked about before. that's what it
Didn't Randle and Booker play with each other in college?
Nah, that was like I think Randle was before Booker and Cat and all them.
Yeah, there was Towns and Booker. I ain't gonna hold you up too long. I got Knicks, Nuggets for now. I think this is the last time. I think like the Nuggets ceiling, so to speak, in finals. This will probably be like their
Melo series.
Yeah. Yes. And I was super high on the Knicks last season. Before they got their injuries, even with Julius Randle not playing. And I wholeheartedly believe that if the Knicks are healthy, you don't want to see them in the playoffs. I don't care who's 1, 2, whatever it may be. I think the Knicks are just that much of a better team. And what is not going to be said enough is Karl Towns played some decent defense against Joker last season in the playoffs. Now, of course, you got to go against Joel and some others in the East, but I mean, it ain't bad. And if you got Mitchell Robinson as your backup center still to help on the help defense, I like what they're doing with the Knicks. So, again, Knicks, Nuggets, and I would have the Knicks winning that series, actually.
A lot of Knicks love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For now.
Right. My finals, I think Dallas goes back. I think adding Klay Thompson is going to help Luka. You still got Kyrie. You basically got 2 walking buckets in Kyrie and Luka. You got a sniper in Klay Thompson. I don't think Klay forgot how to shoot. And I mentioned like last year, I thought that Klay was shot. But I think he's going to be rejuvenated in Texas. He's going to be rejuvenated with Luka and Kyrie. Lively's another year older. The team, PJ Washington is back again as well. And I think they just have cohesion that you need, and they have experience. It's kind of similar to like the Boston Celtics, where they have gone so much. Dallas has been to a couple of Western Conference finals. They made the finals last year. They lost, like Boston lost to the Warriors. And it's like now Dallas is back in the finals again, hopefully in this case to win it. So I got Dallas out west. And I've wrestled between the top 3 teams in the East, Boston, Philly, New York. They all have a case to make the finals. I put a gun to my head and just say Philly. I think Philly goes, man. I think it's time. I think they gave Joel Embiid his money. They gave Maxey his money. And you added the biggest of pieces in Paul George and removed the ugliest of pieces in Tobias Harris. The Sixers literally could have been in a better position this year, not this year, but last year, if Tobias Harris was just a competent basketball player consistently, and he wasn't. And so now you bring in Paul George, who nobody questions Paul George's consistency. They only question if he like gets hurt or whatever. But like when Kawhi, to Tuke's point, when Kawhi's not there, who is there? Paul George. And Paul George has been there for the Clippers for so long that it's kind of a breath of fresh air to play with other players who are probably going to be there. If it ain't Embiid, of course, it's Maxey. Maxey's going to be there, So, and I think that Philly's going to have enough juice around those 3 with their role players and having a great coach in Nick Nurse to make the finals against the Dallas Mavericks. And I haven't picked, so I'm going to pick right in this moment. I think that Dallas wins. I think Dallas beats Philly because Philly's used to heartbreak with the Eagles, with the Phillies, with the Flyers. So it's basketball turn now. It's just basketball's turn to have their heart broken by no city, none other than Dallas, of all places. So I'm going to pick Dallas to win, and Luka gets his first ring. I think Kyrie gets his ring without LeBron, and Klay gets the ring without Steph and Dre. And that makes for a good story down in Dallas. So I got Dallas over Philadelphia.
I like that. Hey, put Kyrie in the starting 5. Hell, y'all know I'm on that. I'm going for that.
You know what? I was gonna pick him, but they're not gonna do that. I know how it is.
Yeah, of course. Y'all know damn well he was on my list. Come on.
I had him over Brunson at first, but I was like, let's be real, Sam. Nah,
I wasn't real with mine, so I should have put him on the list. Hell,
they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it, man. All right. So before we get into Warriors talk and we wrap, I do want to go over the NBA GM survey. I don't know if y'all looked at it thoroughly and had something that y'all was like curious about. So if y'all want to look at and point out something that y'all that stood out to y'all, feel free to hop in.
I just
not,
we,
yeah.
all the GMs are stupid. That's all I want to say.
How so? Talk to me. How so?
Why are y'all GMs? We gonna pull up the list, and the people gonna see why.
We got that.
Like how is Giannis the most versatile player?
Is he not? Is he not?
No.
Took you be hating. You just do not like him at all, bro. I'm gonna buy your Giannis jersey, bro.
I swear.
And you gonna see me burn out. But my thing, like, if we need to have a vocab with Savage Day, define versatility.
I mean, look at the names they had on the list. So they had who was the most versatile defender in the NBA. They had Giannis at 1, which
Not
he
defender.
is.
No. I'm not saying defender.
No, they said.
I just saw the regular, like, versatile, like just the most versatile. Period. I ain't see defender.
Okay, yeah, I see. They had defender and player.
Yeah.
So they had Giannis at 1 at 30%, LeBron at 2 at 20, KD, Tatum, and Victor at 10%. I mean, is he not versatile? Yeah.
No,
Is he not?
In what way?
Who, Giannis?
He versatile defender, yes. Rebound about hog, said it before. Can't shoot, so what makes him versatile?
How else is he scoring these 30 points, man?
Right.
Inside, layups, dunking, rim running. That's not versatility. Do I need Savage to look up versatility? What does to be versatile mean? To be able to be able to say you can do this. Giannis does this.
He can't do one thing. So now he's not versatile.
Grab the
He can't do one
rebound,
thing.
run.
He can run point. He can play center. He can block shots. He can get steals. He can dunk
That's
on your ass.
defending. Cool. But how is
But
it?
not running point.
Him and LeBron, as far as versatility, him and LeBron should not be in the same conversation.
LeBron can't shoot. LeBron can't shoot. What you mean?
Better than him and Kevin Durant. Damn shows don't belong in the same conversation. Like
Kevin Durant can't defend like Giannis. Kevin Durant can't finish like Giannis. Kevin Durant don't play defense like Giannis.
What are the bad things about Kevin Durant? We've named some things about the players we've named. What's the bad thing about Kevin Durant? And then Darren, I know you're about to say something. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Y'all had to answer that because he perfect to me, pause.
Oh shit.
Y'all gonna have to say that. Please go ahead so I can deny.
I need Kevin Durant to meet too. I need Kevin to meet Tevin. I need
I
that
would
in my
love to
life.
meet before you get.
I need that in my life. All-Star game. What next year?
I probably cry.
We define Kevin
y'all gonna have y'all asses out here.
2027.
2027.
Kevin Durant.
I might cry. Hey, if I do, so what? You're gonna be looking like, why this weird ass dude cried in front of me, but hey, you the go to.
Perfect.
Hey, I told they got so they actually got a Suns game in Texas, in Austin, Texas this year. I'm gonna go to. They doing a Suns. I forgot who they going against at UT Austin, but I'm actually go. That was just a random thing I'm gonna go about. But yeah, what's up?
I thought the coach's GM part was kind of funny. I like if
I
wish Tyler was here. He'd be like Steve Kerr. Yeah, he'd be like all over this list. He'd be like, "Are you kidding me?" Like Spoelstra blew him away in terms of best manager motivator. I thought it was who's the best head coach in the NBA. Oklahoma City coach coming in number 2 ahead of Stephen Kerr there. That's what I thought was kind of
should.
Steve Kerr got 7%.
Yes, he should.
Yes, he should. Okay, so what are your thoughts on that? Is Mark Daigneault better than Steve Kerr? Do you think that?
For me, I do not think he is better than Steve Kerr yet. There is no way in God's green earth he is better than Steve Kerr yet. I have my frustrations with Steve Kerr, but that to me was kind of interesting that he finished at 7% with GMs. And then Tyrone Lue gets the best in-game adjustment head coach. And then like what team is the most fun to watch? I know the Pacers scored a lot, but I just don't think of the Pacers as the best team to watch in the NBA. So I thought those kind of GM polls were kind of interesting there. And then Alex Caruso got a lot of love on the defensive end in these polls. He got a ton of love. So that kind of caught I know he's a good defender, but number 2 kind of just surprised me there as well. So, but the coach's part is funny. Spoelstra he's loved. Everybody loves this guy. It's hard to hate him on that. So, yeah.
I think everybody just loves to hate on Steve Kerr.
I think so.
Which I see the reason why, but it's like he's still a 4-time coaching champ. He's won as a player. Like the man knows basketball. We know that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great set. I mean, my part is the coaches. If this is a GM poll, out of the 5 coaching categories, Spoelstra was number 3 out of 5. He was second on another one, and then the top 5 in another one.
Mhm.
But the man still doesn't have a coach of the year. I just don't really understand.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the most. That's what I took from him. Like
like Joe Mazzulla is gonna be the new Spoelstra, I think, because I don't think he would even be considered because they discredited Spoelstra when he had LeBron, Wade, and Bob. But you got to manage those egos, dude. Like you still got to manage it, bro.
At young age.
It's the reason why LeBron has only won 4 championships with certain. He changes coaches like he changes draws. Like that's what LeBron does. So it's like, so to manage that, prime LeBron at that, like prime LeBron, prime D Wade in a lesser value Chris Bosh, like he managed this. So how is he not even considered after the fact? Like I mean, the finals appearances are enough alone post LeBron and D Wade. Yeah. Honestly, for him to get some respect.
And also, by the way, who said the best overall moves this offseason? Who the hell voted for the Nets? What the hell did the Nets do?
I mean,
I saw that too.
That one, yeah.
You got Ben Simmons back on the practice squad. Like you signed Nick Claxton for like who? What did the Nets do? The Nets are getting ready for Cooper Flag. That's what they're doing.
What did they do? Aside from trade Bridges to like the Knicks, which is like a rival, which I don't understand. That's not a good move to trade.
And what they get back? They got chips and salsa back. I don't know what the hell they got. And that was free. That's before the entree. Yeah, bro.
I like how this poll made it like difficult for us to like still have positions for basketball. Because why did they vote for Luka Doncic for best point guard and best small forward? Or he got like a few percentages.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't understand it either. Because who they had? They had Luka at the best, and Shea, Steph Curry, and Brunson. And then shooting guard, Ant-Man, which we talked about, I feel like, for a year or two now on this podcast. Devin Booker. They got SGA as a shooting guard. SGA is a combo guard for me. He's not really a true point guard. But I guess he's playing point this year now because, I mean, Giddey ain't there no more. So he got to have the ball in his hand a little bit more. They even got Steph as a shooting guard, which is we don't do it on the pod no more. We do straight up. I don't get it. Even like small forward, Tatum plays a 4 occasionally, so I don't really get that.
I thought it was kind of interesting with the GMs voting on what rule should be changed. Like these are guys that are like involved in that, and like roster construction and what. I don't really care about that one, but like that the schedule, fewer games back to backs. If they want, like I'm always been a fan of fewer games, and then I just think like they need to go down to like 72. I think that'd be like perfect, just 10 less, get it out. So I thought that was kind of funny that the GMs even kind of like 17%. Let's put that at number 2 as well. So. And then return to a 1-day draft. I thought that was funny.
They did 2 days for freaking Bronny, man. Don't get me started with Bronny games, man. Don't get me started with that, man.
That's what it was. Yeah, I got one for you, Daren. All right. Would you still want Steph Curry to take the last shot? Game on the line?
He won the Clutch Player Award last year. Of course, we got 10 seed for a reason, man. That's why he got the
40%. 40%.
Yeah, I think I want Curry taking every shot for the Warriors this year. I don't want them taking anybody else. He's taking any game winning shot.
Can I say what Daren was saying earlier though with the roster construction and all that for the rules? The other rule I liked was top 16, 1 to 16, or let the top seed choose opponents. I think that's crucial because
I've said that on this podcast. Yeah. Like I was like there's no benefit. Like we talked about before, there's no benefit of like the top 1 and 2 seeds.
Yeah,
because you don't get to like decide your opponent. You just don't know.
Playing teams decide their opponents.
Basically, yep.
Oh, I can win this one, or like Miami, you could beat Philadelphia.
Miami did it. Literally, Miami did it.
See what I'm saying? Like we're gonna choose our outcome. Where I think the top seeds have earned that. Yes. Yeah. The top seed has earned that. So.
That would create some rivalry stuff, man. Like that'd be like, I want to play against you. What you want to play? Like that's kind of like that would be an interesting.
Then I'll lose.
That would happen.
Don't lose.
Don't lose that. No.
Yeah.
I like that should absolutely be the next change. I think like that makes the most sense because like I said, there's no benefit. You can't teams like 3 through 6 get to prepare for the other team for like a week.
Yes,
but 1, 2, you like I don't know. I might play Charlotte. I might play Atlanta. I don't know who I'm playing. Which I mean, you're still gonna win, but it's still you have to like prepare for that mentally.
Unless you're the Bucks, baby.
Unless you're the Bucks playing Miami, you know. So yeah, but before we get up out of here, man, let's talk about the Warriors, man. So Daren, it's a Klay Thompson is gone, man.
Yes,
he's gone, which that's like the beginning of the end, maybe. I'm not sure. Steph Curry is still there. Draymond is still there. He's snapping at reporters at Media Day. I saw that like a week or so ago about whatever. But we're seeing an influx of younger talent. You know, you got Kuminga, who is in theory the new number 3. You got Pods there, but you also brought in some veterans. You brought in some former Grizzlies players, Slow Mo, D Melt. So Steve Kerr is still there. And now it's like, okay, what are the expectations for the Golden State Warriors, which I've called in previous years a gold standard franchise, just because that's what they are. But like last year, they didn't play as well. They didn't perform as well. But things change. So what are you projecting from the Golden State Warriors, and what would you consider a successful season for them? And I know you had them at like what, I think 9, I think?
I had them 10.
10. So like, which sounds bad come from somebody that's used to them winning. So like, what's going on? What are your thoughts on the upcoming season for them?
I think they're projected, like Vegas has them at like 43.5 is like their number. I had them getting 45. That's what I kind of, so like right around there is basically right. With the way the roster is constructed right now, I said it all summer. They're stuck. They really are stuck. They need a move, but like is Levine, like he's not. You know what I mean? Like there's like who's the all-star? Like you Duke mentioned like Gasol. Like yeah, if we could trade Kwame Brown for Gasol, that'd be great if we could do like stuff like that. But I don't see that like actually happening here with any of these teams. Yeah. Like which team's gonna sell off? Like maybe Miami if they just totally bust. Like maybe we get I don't know. Like there's nobody there. So the problem with the team that's constructed is like they hit 28 threes in a preseason. They get healed and like so they get the shooter back and healed. But if you've watched Healed enough, he's gonna keep shooting even if he's missing. Yes, like he's not gonna. I'm not. He's not. For darn sure he's not defending like old school Klay Thompson is. Like so we're not getting any of that from them. I don't have an issue with the Melton signing. He's a solid NBA player. He'll help us here or there, but like he's not going to necessarily take us over the top in any way, in my opinion. Kind of see him. Gary Payton's the same way. Like yeah, he's a good role player for us, but kind of fits in that way. Does he give you a game changer ever? I don't see it. Kyle Anderson, same way. He was always a killer against us on the Grizzlies. You know what he's going to get from him. But again, not a game changer in that regard. And then you go back to and you look at the starting lineup was projected: Curry, Pods, Wiggins, Kuminga, Green. I mean, does that really scare you to the same level? Exactly. They have literally. This is old school Warriors. I feel like we're getting back to like we have no size. They don't have a center. Like, and I know they won the championship when you had Looney and those other guys there, but they got. I've always said that when they won in 22. They got literally the best matchups they wanted every round. Like Dallas in the conference finals, beautiful. Joker with nobody else around him, beautiful. Like those were like prime matchups. Boston with like prime matchups. So I don't see Kuminga taking the next step like people continually wanting him to take. I don't see him. I see him maybe getting better individually, but I don't see how it meshes with Curry where he's at in the system. Pods is good, but like, is he that good? I don't see him taking this massive step where it's a game-changing situation. And then Draymond is getting worse every year. He is every year getting worse. He's getting louder and he's getting a little bit more annoying in every like thing that as a fan base, you're starting to kind of like, my gosh, like shut up once, just shut up. Like stop causing us technicals because you can't stay in front of your man anymore. Sometimes like that's like some of the frustrations that he's starting to like bring me. And like, it's just I worry about his dynamic with this team. Like him and Kerr, they like each other, but they always feel at odds as two during the season. And if they're not winning, I feel like I got him at 10. Sheedy's got him out of the playoffs, I believe. Like, I mean, there's a world where unless they make a big trade that I do not see possible at this point. And who wants to take on Wiggins in that contract anymore? Like they are severely stuck. And right now they are as stuck as it gets. So I like them to get 45 wins and get the 10 seed. I want them to be better than that, but I like Jackson Davis for potential. But if we start getting into all these big boys, when it's the big boy teams, we're going to get eaten alive at the rebounding position, like eaten alive. And like, that's going to kill us every single time. And so I just don't like us this year in that regard. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody steps up. I'm not expecting. Maybe Kuminga or Moody just does something out of this world. But Curry's going to do his thing, but they have no room for error. No room for error, and I don't like it. Curry goes 10 games, and they easily can miss the playoffs. If he misses 10 games this year. So, and they're going to rest him at times. That's just the way they do it. So, I don't know, guys. I think you can say gold standard franchise. Maybe they still do things the right way, but they're stuck as it gets. They are as mid as it gets right now because they have no move that they can make unless a team helps us with a move. So I don't see it. I see us at 45 wins tops.
Took over thinking. I like Theo to think.
I'm trying to be respectful, right? And I've been quote unquote on the bandwagon for so long that I think that my ticket had expired to some extent. With that being said, though, like realistically, right? If Steve Kerr was as good of a coach that you believe him to be, they should have no problem being a playing team. Because even though like they're younger, they still got talent. But when has Steve Kerr really been able to use the young player the way he should be? Because now the Warriors got big man problems when we spent the number 2 pick on him and he ain't even on the team no more. You know what I'm saying? Kerr's best success came with veterans. So now he got a team full of youngins. How is he gonna survive this season? And let alone if he don't survive this season, is he gonna be on the hot seat, which I believe he should be. If Steph Curry gone, which to that point, shout out to Trevor who called this a year or two ago, but like we called it the beginning of the end for a reason. I can't see a team like this succeeding with Steve Kerr. Is what I'm trying to see. To that you say what?
Well, as we found out in your trivia, they are a little older than I thought. So they are.
That's true. Good point. They
are a little bit more of a veteran team than I thought.
Right.
I don't think Curry's on the hot seat. This team, his job security is maybe him and Spoelstra are right. There's no way that they're firing him. It's not going to happen. Like they love him. Like the owners he's just not going to get fired. But I do agree that he does need to take responsibility. I was hard on him last year. I thought there was plenty of times he did not play Kuminga at times last year. It was like, what are we doing? Like, why is he riding the bench? I don't want to see like these veterans out there like that aren't doing anything. But the biggest key for this team is like it's going to be Wiggins. Like, what do they get out of him? Like, he is literally the guy. He helped them win a championship somehow as their number 2 best player in that year. So if he's just going to be like a guy like he was in Minnesota, getting paid $23 million, it's like that's the difference. He's the guy that could like, okay, maybe we can get a little life back into us. He's playing at a superior level. But Kerr, to your point on Kerr, I don't think there's anything he can like really do with this roster to get them above some of these teams we've mentioned. Maybe your Clippers, he can get above them that I had on there. But like, I don't know what he does. I mean, you got Curry and Green that are like you said, they're the guys like that. They're the ones that are responsible to me for on the court here. Like those are the 2 guys. Green's got to get these other guys involved, and he's the key. And he's been way off the last couple. He just has not been Draymond Green. He's like drama all the time. And if he
drama
doesn't
Green,
drama Green, man. Drama Green. I like it.
Drama Green. There we go. We have it.
We got it. You guys are good at this for a reason. I don't know, man. I just think I always go back to game was it 5 or 6 when the Warriors are about to close out Boston. That was as focused as Draymond Green I've ever seen him. He didn't argue one call. He ran, sprinted back on defense. The man shut his mouth and played basketball. If he gave us that again, then maybe I change my mind. I do. I seriously, because he is such a good team basketball player that he could help some of these young guys really develop. But when he starts getting caught up on these emotional things, I really think he's a big key to the season. I mean, based on the roster we have right now. So I don't know. He's the coach on the floor. So he's the guy for me that's going to really kind of make or break us a little bit.
What happened to Wiggins, bro? Like, I'm just so like, I forgot to even mention him at the beginning of like this segment, and I'm just like, the Wiggins that y'all got in the finals was like that was the number 1 pick. Not even just number 1. Like he was maybe even like a number 2 or 3 in terms of like what you got, because he could have been better because he was definitely hyped coming into the league. But like even getting like all-star level all-star starter Wiggins as to Tuke's point a couple years ago. Yeah. Like I know he had personal issues, but I'm like, what is going on with him? Because he's still young. He's Cat's age. He's Embiid's age. He's not old. and he's not. I mean, not super athletic anymore. But like what happened? And why do y'all keep holding on to him? I don't understand it.
I don't think anybody. I don't think there's a trade out there. I don't think there's a trade out there. I think they could. I think they tried really hard to unload his contract this summer to get somebody. I think he was the number one piece involved in everything. Like they had to make calls for Bridges. They had to probably make. Yeah. I'm assuming they did stuff like that. But like, why would you want a guy that wasn't there for half the season? Yes, I understand he had the personal issues. His dad passed away recently with that. He had the illness, but like, I mean, your best ability is your availability. And he just has not been available over the last 2 seasons. And like when he has been available, he hasn't shot well. His defense that was guarding Luka, like where is that gone? Like that is completely disappeared in the world. And like he's just a one-on-one player a little bit now, and it just doesn't feel like he fits. I think he is the guy that needs to be traded in this mix. Like it is time for him to kind of, I think, move on. But there's no team like what me and Tyler kept arguing is like, well, what do they do? Levine for Wiggins? Like that doesn't do what we need.
I wouldn't touch Levine at all.
No,
I wouldn't touch it at all.
But like we were so sick and tired of Wiggins. It's like who gets somebody else in here? You know what I mean? Like get DeRozan in here. I don't care who it is at some point. But I think Wiggins is. I don't have any faith in him right now. And if he's not in this lineup, I mean, and he's not playing good basketball, our depth again goes down even more. He's supposed to be our best defender. I mean, Moody, I guess, takes his spot. Can Moody? I mean, I like Moody, but he's not. He doesn't have that type of potential in him. So to be like an elite defender like that. So we're the Warriors are a 10 seed. I mean, that's really where they're at right now. If it goes any higher, it's Curry on a supreme level, right? He's just gonna eat, and somebody steps up that I'm not expecting at all. So that's the key with them. It's kind of we had our 10-year run. We had our run here, like, and I, you know what I mean? Like, I had 19 years of just god awful basketball. So I waited it out long. We waited out long. So we waited out long to get it, but it's definitely coming down. Like I would say, just appreciate Steph Curry there. Just appreciate being able to watch him, and that's all I got right there. So yeah, it's looking bad out here for the Warriors. It's not looking like good times this season.
The time was had, Daren.
The time was had.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all accepting me into the bandwagon.
You were crucial. You were crucial for the Memphis series. We needed you during that.
Fun times.
I thought we were going to get a lot of Warriors-Grizzlies rivalry games during the year. We only got.
We still need one more series, man. We need one more before Steph Curry goes off.
It won't be this year. I'll tell you that.
It ain't happening this year. Ain't happening. So my last question before we get up out of here. Jonathan Kuminga, supposed to be the guy. What do you? What two-part question? What do you expect from Kuminga this year? Or what not expect? What do you want from Kuminga this year? And 2, is he going to be a long-term piece for the Warriors? I know he's restricted free agent next year. I don't think he's been signed yet. But yeah, what do you want from him this year? And is he a long-term piece for y'all?
I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I've kind of fought my brother on this one a lot. I just don't buy it. He's a good athlete. You see moments of flashes, but like street ball is not the right word because it's the NBA level, but like at times I feel like he gets his buckets not in the system and in the flow of the game. So like I just wish he would just run the floor hard. Just like get in the lanes, get the passes, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles max, pull up and take a jump shot. I feel like there's too many possessions where it's like you shouldn't have the ball for 5 seconds. Like you should not have the ball. Yeah, and like he backs in, gets a post up. Great, he made the shot, but if you miss it, it's like 2 people, 1 person touched the ball, and you got to. So like there's like an awkwardness to his game that I don't think really fits with like a Curry and Draymond and like that kind of get the ball moving type of quick type of deal with them. My expectations, if I was looking at my like best scenario, 20 points a game. If he could get that, that would surprise the hell out of me. But I would. That's what he is: 5 rebounds, 2 assists. If he can get me that, like, and then can he play defense? Right now he's a better on the ball defender than he is off the ball. And if you're a wing, it's like I'm glad that you can guard the ball at times and be a big that can help do a point guard. But we need you to help out with like the 6'7" wings and not like lose your man every 3 seconds that you're on the court. So like that's where I worry about him. But if he can get to 25 and 2, that to me gives him a chance to maybe stay with the team moving forward. But I just don't see them paying him. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Got it. Yeah,
I had to say that out loud. When you said 25 into them, like
no. 25 and 2. 20,
Got it.
20
20
points. To me,
5
and 2.
yeah.
Like, that's an all-star right there. 25 points. Hold on.
No. He ain't getting 25 points. But I mean, he's at the point now where he's getting. I mean, the Warriors. He's got Curry and Green playing around. If you can't have a good season with those guys, it's like I don't know. We'll see what happens with him. But he's the key to the season. He really is. If he takes a massive step, then maybe 43.5 is we can go way over that. But I just don't see it happening. I don't see him part of the long-term plan.
Should trade him for Lowry.
Yeah, that's what they want. They've been trying all year to get him. He's the guy. You're right.
They still can, in my opinion. They still can, man.
That's what they need. It's Draymond that told him not to.
GM Draymond. I mean, with Draymond, he should just be on LeBron's team at this point. My goodness, it's like I feel like
what he wants.
LeBron owes it's like he owes LeBron a lot of money. Something. I mean, I feel like every chance he gets, he's giving LeBron a compliment.
Y'all still can get Lowry, man. Lowry's still possible.
Yes,
I know he got his money now.
Lowry. We need Lowry.
Money now, but you would have three Warriors fans.
Yeah,
dealing with us. Lowry for marketing.
Took's back on the bandwagon.
I ain't cashing my ticket yet, but y'all, he's looking at me. I'm looking at it like, I'm gonna ride it out, man.
Man, y'all should got Siakam last year, man. That was a perfect fit.
Yes.
Plays great defense, knows his role, can go get 25, 27 points if need be, rebounder, good passer. That's literally younger Draymond that can score. That's literally
I don't think Toronto wanted Wiggins. I think they're like, we don't like they had because he's the contract, he's the money that moves the piece, and then they just they didn't want him.
Damn, your own country didn't want you. Dang. That's tough, man. That's tough.
Damn.
They get RJ Barrett though. We get RJ Barrett. Come on. I know he's from Canada, but it can be a reunion. You can get Wiggins. You can get Jamal Murray, SGA,
Steve Nash head coach.
Team Canada. They're out the first round.
Oh man, but we'll see. We'll see how the season goes for the Warriors, man. It kind of sucks seeing them in this position, but at the same time, I mean, hey, y'all had a good run, had a good 10-year run, and it's time to move on to the next phase of the Golden State Warriors. So before we get out of here, Daren, let us know where we can find you at on social media and in podcast land.
Yeah, at Fatboy Fadeaway. Over there, we do the show Sunday morning. Usually try to hit on some of the Bay Area stuff and a little Vegas too, I guess, but a little Bay Area stuff there with it. And then I kind of do other couple stuff. I do Talk on the Gridiron on Sundays, recap NFL, and then do a little baseball podcast as well. You can check me out at Variety Sports Network there. But yeah, Fatboy to Fadeaway Sunday morning. Appreciate you guys. You guys are one of the best in the business at it. Always kind of look up to the way you guys do things there with it. You guys are always professional about it. Know your hoops. And honored to be on. Seriously, when I say that.
Most definitely, man.
Same.
Sorry about the Oakland Athletics, man. I hate that it's gone, man. That's like my favorite jersey in MLB, and it's like, are they gonna change colors now? Because they're gonna be black and gray like the Raiders, like the Aces now. I just, oh man, the green and yellow is just iconic for me, man. I think about Miguel Tejada, bro. Like
he's my favorite player of all time.
Barry Zito is iconic, man. Like, man, it killed me.
It was tough. I went to that last game in Oakland, and I had to give my boys the East Bay experience one more time. So we went across the bridge, there, all the smells you can imagine right there, going through the parking lot, all the good stuff there. So they walked out hungry. We had to hit up Nation Burgers after that down in Oakland. So yeah, tough time, but it is what it is.
So are you gonna still be a Athletics fan or A's fan?
I don't know, man. Like the Raiders for me wasn't quite the same because they had to move back. So I'll probably still be an A's fan, but like it does kind of suck that they're not in Oakland. It's like that's the vibe. That was kind of my tribe. That was my tribe when I went to the games there. So I don't know. It's gonna take me a little bit. First time I've had a team move like that. That's my favorite team. So it'll be tough.
That's tough, man. But hopefully it turns out well for the Warriors this year. Maybe I'll give you a little bit of hope this season.
Little hope.
And maybe the Raiders. Maybe the.
We got the All-Star game. Yes, let's go.
Oh man! But all right, y'all. We'll catch y'all next week. The season starts on the 22nd, I believe, but we'll have an episode before that. So we'll see y'all next week. Stay safe. Be blessed. Peace.